cute dog. So, this is usually not a type of category that I usually cover on my channel. As I've said multiple times, I usually try to stray away from anything that's remotely political. And what I'm going to be discussing in this video has a lot to do with politics, because let's be honest, when it comes to all, this side of things and just this whole entire subject altogether, it is extremely political in this day and age. Even though I don't think it really should be, it very much is. But I will talk about it because it has to do with video games. And if you don't know, I'm a massive fucking fan of video games. As much as I love talking shit about dumbasses on the internet or stupid shit that happens from people doing dumb things, at the same time, there's been a lot of videos on my channel where I like to talk about fucking video games. And obviously, when something controversial like this comes up, even though it's usually a subject that I try to stray away from, I will talk about it. Because it's video games. I did the exact same thing when Nick Merckx was, his skin got pulled from the Warzone Call of Duty store, whatever the fuck it is, last year. I covered that as well. So obviously, I'm going to be covering this topic as well. So, Dead by Daylight. An extremely popular online game. Now, I've played Dead by Daylight a few times over the years. I haven't played it in a while, to be honest. Me and my mates, we keep saying that we need to get back into the game, to be honest. But we're like, we've just been so slack. Like, we've just been caught up with so many other games that we still haven't played in a long time. But I like to keep the update to, like, what's new. So, like, in terms of whenever a new killer comes out, I always like to see what their abilities are, like to see their designs, because I like DBD. I think Dead by Daylight is a fucking amazing game, and I think that the way that they've kept it updated and relevant for 8 years. Just remember, Dead by Daylight came out in 2016. It was first released, and the fact that it's still relevant to this day, like it'll be coming up to its 8th anniversary this year, or if it already hasn't. I don't know exactly when in 2016 it was released, but to me, that is extremely good to have keep that game relevant to this day. And there has been controversy with the new killer that has come out. It all got sparked when images of the killer, who is voiced by a trans person, which it has to be said because this is extremely relevant, is that the voice actor for the killer is a trans person. So they are a male to female trans person. So I'm pretty sure they identify as a woman or a trans woman, however the hell you want to say it. And there was a big uproar, on Twitter. And this is one tweet. This is a perfect example of this, is that apparently the new Dead by Daylight killer is the formed freak in a skirt as voiced by a trans voice actor. What in the ever-living heck did the devs mean by this? Now, when I saw this, everyone on Twitter, well, not everyone, but every dumbass person who doesn't know how to look into things and who doesn't know how, to actually use their brain, were going, oh my God, it's a deformed person in a skirt. It's a killer. Someone who's not meant to be, good looking or anything like that. It's a literal killer in a horror game. It's meant to be somewhat kind of scary. A lot of, like, if you've seen DBD, if you look at the killer list that they have a lot of iconic killers. So, like, they have, like, Michael Myers and the Texas Chainsaw Man. I can't remember his fucking name. They have Ghostface. They recently had Pinhead as well from the Hellraiser series. And then they have some of their own designs that they've put in as well. And majority of the times, they're meant to look scary because it's a fucking horror game. But because it was voiced by a trans person, looked somewhat deformed, and was in a skirt, there was a fucking uproar. An uproar! They were losing their minds! These people were losing their minds! But wait, what's this? Hold up 1 second. We have a community note. The Unknown, which is what the killer's name is a killer that uses its victim as skin suits to lure in more victims, along with imitating their voice. This is an alternate skin that shows one of the said victims who was a high school cheerleader. Hold up. So, wait a second. This bitch was lying. They were making up shit. That's right. This isn't even the default skin for the killer. As a matter of fact, this is what the initial design of the killer looks like. It's deformed and it looks kind of like a dude. And the reason why it does this is, like it said, this is just a cosmetic where it's like imitating to be human. That's its whole thing, is that it's imitating to be other humans. There's multiple different skins. I saw this one as well, where it looks like a somewhat middle-aged woman, and I have to say that the killing for it, I can't remember what it's called, but like the finishing move, I guess you could say, for it, is really scary, is really creepy, but I fucking love it. I think it looks goddamn amazing. And obviously you're going to be asking, Donnie, has the voice actor for themselves come out about this? Yes. The voice actor did make a tweet about this. The voice actor made this massive tweet at first. So we're going to go through this tweet. I'm going to read this out. I will read it out. We're going to read this whole thing out. So regarding my recent viral witch hanging, I voiced the character the Unknown in Dead by Daylight. At the time of voicing, it was a great experience. I was told at the time I was voicing the character that there was no model and that the creature was supposed to be amorphous. They had no model design before I recorded my lines. So it was the assumption that the design team took my medical history and my ability to use multiple voices as an opportunity to create character models that encapsulate my medical history as trans and capitalize on catering the transphobic community. I was tricked into voicing a stereotype. Since yesterday, I have been virally harassed for being trans by thousands of people since yesterday. Many folks in the trans community are up in arms over this, and rightfully so. I feel that reparations from the team that deliberately tricked me is the only logical next choice of action. I am so upset, so infuriated that people are comparing trans people to these clearly transphobic character skins. If I had any idea of the fallout that would happen after simply voicing a character, I never would in the first place. Let me personally apologize to anybody who has been a victim of transphobia due to the release. Please know you are loved. Know that you are valid. As for me, I am not okay. This has ruined my reputation, has put me physically at risk for being attacked in public if anybody recognizes my face or voice. There were no diversity consultants on this project. The company knew that making a stereotypical man in a dress as a character and having a trans voice actor voice it would bring lots of money and people would back the game. I'm not dumb. I know how marketing works. This seems to be a huge ploy, and the trans community, along with myself, were the victims. Oh my God. Maybe it's true. Maybe the DVD developers are trans. Maybe they are. Maybe. Oh my God. Is it true? Are they really transphobic? Oh, wait a second. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. She then made another tweet to address her previous tweet, because at first when you read that tweet or you listen to me reading it, I know I have a good pronunciation of things, and I totally didn't fuck up any of that and have to cut a little bit of points because my pronunciation of English is just so great. But it seemed at first that she was fully going against the DBD team, that she was saying that these designs were terrible and that they should be removed and that it was completely transphobic. But no, she came up with another tweet to address this, and she has said, this is her as well: there has been a recent misunderstanding. Anybody that thinks the skins are going far away is not in the loop. Behavior is allegedly aware of the mass transphobic remarks and memes being made, and the gaming community is not a reflection of the game developers, which is 100% fucking true. I wasn't kept in the loop with what the character's final look would be. I was given an ambiguous description for the part, and even though I tried my best to find out more, continually asking for more info, that wasn't possible. This is why I was upset. So that's why she was upset. The skins themselves were never the issue. The lack of communication was. Please stop boycotting behavior. They are not transphobic. It's wrong to take bits of info and jump to your own conclusions. Behavior is a good company and has been nothing but kind and supporting through this tough process of receiving mass harassment for my involvement in the character. Leave it alone. Zoe Alexandra, who is the woman herself who voices this. Now, I will say, Zoe, that at first, your first tweet, you made it out like the skins were the problem. I will say it sounded a little bit like that. Maybe, I mean, now knowing the fact that it's not, I can kind of see that it wasn't. But when I first read through it, I was just like, you make it out like it is. But it wasn't. It wasn't transphobic. No, the fuck it wasn't. It wasn't. And a lot of these people were just making this shit up just to be pissed off. That's all it fucking is. That's all it is. And that's why I hate politics. It's why I hate political people. I can't stand politics. And I'm not just talking about the fucking left, because that's obviously the people that are getting pissed off at the transphobic skins, because they're really fucking not. I hate both sides because they just find a topic that has no like serious meaning or no like derogatory thing towards it, and then they just like to put a spin on it to make it out like, oh guys, look how bad this is, or look how bad this is, or blah 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. You are making an issue out of nothing, out of fucking nothing. If anything, it's good that they hired this girl. It's good because, like she said, is that she has a diverse vocal cords, vocal like range, because she's a trans person. I don't know if you've ever like listened to a trans person, spoken to someone, but I know that there's someone online on TikTok that I follow who she is a trans person. She makes funny ass content. She does this roadman voice, which is like a stereotypical like gangster kind of voice in the UK. I don't really know how to describe her unless you already know what it is, but she's a trans person. So when she speaks normally, she speaks in a very extremely feminine voice that you would think is a woman. But then she can she still has that little bit of a vocal range because she originally was a man before she transitioned, where she can sound like a dude. That's why they hired her, is because they wanted this unknown monster who goes ahead and dresses up as people, as some of like the characters inside the game. Because they wanted when it dresses up as a man, they wanted it to make it sound like a man's voice. And then when it dresses up as a girl, they wanted to make it sound a little bit more feminine. And instead of hiring two different voice actors where like you could tell that it's voiced by two different people, they obviously wanted to hire one person so that they could like have that vocal range of them being able to do a more masculine voice and then more of a feminine voice. So if anything, isn't this a good thing that they hired her? Like, come on. This should be a W for you guys. Like, this should be a W. And you're making it out like it's a problem? Oh, come on, man. I also saw as well that some people were saying, and I saw this like all over Twitter, is that some people were like making tweets out and saying like, oh, not only is it like representing like bad representation for trans person, but apparently it was hung as well. Like it died from hanging itself. Now I went on to the DBD wiki itself, and nowhere on there does it describe how this like creature killed itself or how it died in general. Like it's literally called the unknown. They don't know how this creature died. It didn't hang itself. So if you see that going around on Twitter as well, that's fucking bullshit. That is absolutely bullshit too. But before we end this video, I mean, it's been a very, just a infuriating fucking topic to talk about. This is my favorite tweet, by the way, is Ricky Berwick. I love this man. He wants his royalties for the role, which, you know what? If anyone should be getting compensation, it's Ricky. It's 100% Ricky. Look, the resemblance is uncanny. Actually, it's absolutely uncanny. I can't tell the difference. Like, literally the office meme of those images are both the same thing. Come on, man. Jesus Christ. Maybe Ricky should have been the one who voiced them. I reckon they should get Ricky to do a DBD character. Just model it after him. I want him in his little scooter, just driving around the maps and him just screaming shit at you. That would get me back in the game. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this down below. That's it from me. Peace out.